So welcome to this lecture. And in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the three main aspects of the design, design of displays. So design of information displays we have discussed, design of controls we have discussed, and layout of workspace. So these are the three important points which we have to discuss. We have started this discussion in the previous lecture, and in the previous lecture we have seen the first aspect, that is design of information system. And in that system we have seen what is exactly an information display, and its nature, static and dynamic, that we have seen, and how that informations will be converted to action, and how it will be how it will get the response, and then after getting even response it will display whether it is done or not. Then we have seen what are the basic requirements of effective visual display. Then we have seen what are all the factors which enable good design, good effective design rather, I should say. So uh, the points were like illumination, viewing distance, viewing angle, visual display, then other displays in which operator has to work. Then we have seen methods of use. Then we have again seen method of displaying. Then we have seen combining the display. So these many displays we have seen, okay, in the previous lecture, and today we will go through another bifurcation of display, that is quantitative display and qualitative display. So what exactly is quantitative display and qualitative display? First, let us understand what is quantitative display. These are the display which provide information about the numerical value or quantitative value. This means उस क्वांटिटी को आप नंबर फॉर्म में कैलकुलेट कर पाओ, वैल्यू ऑफ which carries some variable also. That variable may be dynamic in nature, that is it may change with time, such as temperature, pressure, or it may be static, like mechanical indicators is an example of quantitative display, which is usually being utilized in the factory area. Now, this moving element is a pointer, such as the position of a plane on the screen. So, this quantitative display you can see on your screen. Are you able to see this quantitative display?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so these are all quantitative displays. There are many types of displays. This is vertical scale, horizontal scale. So this is again a digital one, and these are all analog scales. This is circular dials which measures the numbers. Here, ये यहाँ पे आपको क्लियर दिख रहा है, किसी का जीरो यहाँ से चालू है, किसी का जीरो यहाँ से चालू है, और कोई मूव कर रहा है क्लॉकवाइज, कोई डिक्री इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज में हॉरिजॉन्टल स्केल में चल रहा है, कोई फुल सर्कुलर नहीं है, क्वार्टर सर्कुलर है, कोई हाफ सर्कुलर है. सो अलग अलग तरीके के आपको पॉइंटर्स और डायल्स यहाँ दिखाए गए हैं. बेसिकली बेसिक इंडिकेटर, इसमें से बहुत सारे आज भी यूज होते हैं, लाइक इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्पीडोमीटर. ठीक है, so here we can see this is the pointer which we are talking about. Sometimes it happens like pointer has to move on both the sides. If it is slightly up, then आगे की तरफ, it is slightly down, then पीछे की तरफ. ठीक है, तो ये हो सकता है, बट किसी किसी का न्यूट्रल से जीरो है, जैसे स्पीडोमीटर है तो उसका न्यूट्रल यहाँ ऐसे जीरो आता है, एंड इट विल मूव ऑलवेज इन पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन, दैट इज क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन. वो जीरो से पीछे नहीं आ पाता, बट सम डायल्स will show this as a neutral point. It may go back to this direction anti-clockwise a bit. and move clockwise a bit. That depends upon the parameter, वो वहाँ कौन सा parameter use हो रहा है उसके हिसाब से pointers को select किया जाता है. So the moving element is a pointer such as the position of plane on the screen. That depends, yes. That depends कि वो उसकी screen की position कहाँ है. In some cases, it is a liquid column such as in case of conventional blood pressure measuring machine. You must have seen the blood pressure measuring machine or thermometer you have seen. There is a liquid column contains मोस्टली मरकरी और वो मरकरी से पंप करके अपन प्रेशर फॉर्म करके लिक्विड में कुछ भी डाल सकते हैं बट मोस्टली वो मरकरी यूज होता है व्हेन एंड वेयर टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर इज इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इनटू तो वहाँ पे पॉइंटर जो है प्रेशर वो बीपी मेजरिंग मशीन में जो प्रेशर है उसको शो करता है एंड थर्मोमीटर में इट इज शोइंग टेम्परेचर सो टेम्परेचर मेजरिंग है तो दोनों लिक्विड कॉलम है इन सम केसेस लिक्विड कॉलम shows the कन्वेंशनल में ये मेजरिंग बीपी मेजरिंग मशीन्स आए हैं देन हमने बीपी मेजरिंग मशीन्स को डिजिटल भी देखा है डिजिटल ओबरॉन वगैरह कंपनी के आते हैं सो उसमें डिजिटली आपको प्रेशर इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज करने की जरूरत नहीं है माने वी नीड नॉट टू पंप द एयर इनटू और इंक्रीजिंग द प्रेशर ऑन द ब्लड ब्लड वेन में प्रेशर क्रिएट हमको नहीं करना पड़ता वो मशीन प्रेस करने पे मशीन ऑटोमेटिकली इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज करके जो ब्लड प्रेशर है लोअर और अपर वाला वो दोनों बता देती है so but in here manual one we need to manually increase the pressure and slightly we need to decrease the pressure and by the time of decreasing we'll measure the minimum and maximum sound of that machine to get the uh, blood pressure of that person but this will be done by digital machine so we have digital pointer in that showing here this is the digital pointer this is shown here now some devices have scales like moving element and some scales has the pointer itself is fixed तो इट डिपेंड्स किसी किसी में स्केल आगे पीछे भी हो जाता है और पॉइंटर फिक्स हो जाता है ना और किसी किसी में स्केल फिक्स होता है पॉइंटर नॉर्मली पॉइंटर मूव करता है so the digital counter display is looks a bit more suitable for making quick and precision numerical readings analog में या जो पॉइंटर वाली रीडिंग्स है उसमें there can be error in measuring it but this digital one looks more suitable for making quick and precision numerical readings like if it is especially if it is of electric meters or जैसे वोल्ट मीटर है तो अगर वो डिजिटल हो तो वो ज़्यादा अच्छा है और या मेडिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है तो उसमें एनालॉग की जगह डिजिटल वाला ज़्यादा अच्छा है because it will give you precise and numerical reading that will be easy to convert the information into the facts ki exactly what reading talks about so these are now being increasing like in the form of digital watches earlier we used to have analog watches now we have this digital watches with us and we normally use calculators with us mobile phones all these shows the digital values with us now when we compare the relative advantage and limitation of fixed pointer and fixed scale type fixed pointer माना pointer fix रहेगा और scale fix माना माना दो चीजें हैं एक scale है एक pointer है fixed pointer में pointer fix हो जाता है scale move करता है और fixed scale में scale fix रहता है pointer move करता है so what we are showing is the relative advantage and limitation on these type so we find that moving pointer type provides us perpetual feel of the quantification, which is not in case of moving scale type. तो हमको जो अच्छी फील आती है, परपेचुअल फील आती है, वो पॉइंटर टाइप वाले में ही सही आती है एज कंपेयर टू स्केल टाइप में. ठीक है. सो द distinct advantage of moving scale type design is like it occupies less space in the panel, as entire scale need not to be displayed, and only a small portion just against the fixed would serve the purpose. Okay, some arrangements of quantitative and qualitative we are already viewing here in the picture. So with this picture we can understand what is kind of quantitative display, and how these quantitative displays to be used, and the least count of the scale. We know how to calculate the least count. So the least count of the scale, the the least count is normally being marked where is exactly least count of the scale, and the scale markers, the numerical progression used, the types of pointer and the type of elimination. As we know, it requires an elimination. It's a kind of a display and it requires elimination, whether it is naturally मतलब सेल्फ एलिमिनेटेड और उसमें कुछ एक्स्ट्रा एलिमिनेशन की भी जरूरत होगी, दैट नीड टू बी चेक्ड. So these are the special features of quantitative display, which requires to take up in the consideration of design. Now comes the qualitative display. We can see what is qualitative display. Let us see that in the picture itself or diagram itself. So the qualitative is like जैसे उसमें होता है एसी वगैरह में होता है थ्री मोड्स ऑफ स्विंग, लो, मीडियम, हाई. So this kind of displays like qualitative display, they provide information about the limited number of discrete states. मतलब अलग अलग states की बहुत limited जानकारी देते हैं. Kind of, we can say, it is not that much dynamic as we have seen in qualitative, because यहाँ जैसे वहाँ पे अगर हम देखें तो यहाँ अगर जीरो था, यहाँ अगर जीरो था तो यहाँ तक वो 80 या 90 पे आ जाता था या 60 पे आ जाता था. बट हियर इट इज शोइंग कि रेंज वाइज दिस, if this range says this much, this range says this much, this range says this much. So for a particular range we can say that it is static in nature, and that quantitative one was little dynamic in nature, because even pointer moves a bit, थोड़ा भी pointer move करता था तो उसमें numerical value change होती थी. But here it is not the case. It has a particular range. If it is shows like it is cool condition, so it has a particular range of being at cooled condition. It has if it is like warm condition, then it has a little range of getting warm condition. For that particular range, it will be static in nature, and when it changes the range, then we can say it comes into the dynamic range. Now these display provide qualitative information like instantaneous values of certain continuously changing variables, like here also we can say pressure, temperature, speed, but it won't come into exact numerical values. It will be distributed in the zones. It will be distributed in the zones, not in the numerical values. So some of these provide the general trend of change also that need at some particular places or some particular cases. Thus, they will be termed as dynamic qualitative visual display. Like if we are driving a car, or in case if we are moving in a car, for temperature quality, we have normal cold ranges, normal hot and cold ranges. Here we won't, as I told you, here we won't get the temperature values like we need to measure in thermometer because their application is different. So we have scale is different, and what kind of qualitative display you have is like लिक्विड कॉलम वाला आपको क्वांटिटेटिव डिस्प्ले था, ये क्वालिटेटिव डिस्प्ले है। यहाँ पर एक रेंज है हर चीज की, लाइक टेम्परेचर भी है तो हॉट है, नॉर्मल है, कोल्ड है, वार्म है, ये आएंगे और इनकी कुछ रेंजेस होती हैं। सो इट इज ऑफ टोटली क्वालिटेटिव टाइप, and as we have seen figures, there can be some another qualitative displays, like it may come like low, safe, unsafe speed options, है ना। ऑन कार स्पीडोमीटर्स, कार स्पीडोमीटर में भी हमने देखा है इकोनॉमी जोन दिखाता है कई व्हीकल्स में, वो एक पर्पल या रेड जोन में दिखाता है कि इकोनॉमी जोन है। तो यहाँ से 45 किलोमीटर पर आवर से या 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर से 60 किलोमीटर पर आवर में आप स्पेशली एक्टिवा वगैरह में आप देखें या टू व्हीलर्स में, तो वो एक इकोनॉमी जोन दिखाता है। उस जोन में अगर आप रन करते हैं तो दैट विल गिव यू bit comfortable ride और maximum average मिलने के चांस होते हैं। तो company recommends like this, and even though that dial you can read in in quantitative display, there is like combination of both, because from particular speed to a particular speed it shows a range which gives you the higher efficiency or higher average of the fuel. So this is like combination of qualitative and quantitative displays. Now those zones are differentiated with different colors, like if we see जो फ्यूल फ्यूल का मीटर होता है, उस फ्यूल के मीटर में नॉर्मली यू सी लाइक कुछ कुछ गाड़ियों में ऐसा रहता है रेड जोन पे आ जाए विच इज द लास्ट वन, सो दिस मींस कि बॉटम में आपका फ्यूल चला गया। देन कम्स लाइक येलो जोन, तो येलो जोन में इट इज लाइक ओके। देन कम्स द ऑरेंज जोन में इट इज good enough, and if it is in green zone then it is kind of a full tank you have, but nowadays it is like fuel tank भी जो होता है वो भी डिजिटल डिस्प्ले में आ रहा है, but it is not, again if it is a digital display, but we cannot measure it in quantitative type। quantitative type में वो पेट्रोल भराने के बाद आपको आइडिया होता है कि फुल टैंक जो है वो 30 लीटर्स का है, एंड इट विल शो व्हेन यू गेट अ फुल टैंक इट विल शो यू 12 bars or 15 bars, this means, and then you divide that 30 you know 30 liters by those 12 bars, so you will get somewhere कि एक बार जो है वो तीन 3 लीटर के बराबर है। सो दिस वे यू कैन कैलकुलेट, बट नॉट प्रिसाइज वन। पेट्रोल का डिजिटल में भी प्रिसाइज कोई वो नहीं आया है कि वो उसमें कितना है। एंड ऑल्सो व्हेन यू जब आप पेट्रोल भराते हो तो it won't show you exact figure at this stage। जो टू व्हीलर्स के हैं दैट इज क्वांटिटेटिव डिस्प्ले। क्वांटिटेटिव डिस्प्ले में जैसे ही आपने की इंसर्ट करी और बैटिंग चालू किया, इट विल शो द फ्यूल स्टेटस एट द सेम टाइम, एंड यू कैन सी कितना फ्यूल आ गया है मेरे पास। एटलीस्ट उसमें वो क्लियर होने लगता है, बट इन कार्स वेयर डिजिटल इंडिकेटर्स आर देयर, यूजिंग दोज बार्स हमको एग्जैक्ट आइडिया फिर भी नहीं हो पाता, एक रफ आइडिया ही हो पाता है। So this way there are many types of displays. These are the basic displays which we have studied. There can be many other displays that depends upon the application part and where we exactly need to apply those. So that depends. So in addition to these quantitative display and quantitative display and qualitative display, we have some other displays also for a specific or specific special or specific purpose. But these are not most commonly used displays. Those are pictorial displays and auditory displays. Let us see what are pictorial displays and auditory displays. So pictorial display is it show the object item easily. For an example, it is like photographs, television screens, radar scope, flow diagrams, maps. So this will show the status on this, and the aim of display is that representation should be as simple as possible, since many objects in view tends to confuse the viewer. So it will be as specific as possible. A layman or a normal person should be able to understand this kind of display, that is called pictorial display. As the name suggests, it will show the pictures or photographs or flow diagrams of maps. Now the relationship between how's the relationship in static and dynamic objects, that we'll study in the next lecture. Then we'll move ahead with the auditory display. Then we'll see the abilities of it, and then we will compare it with the visual display. How visual display is different from auditory display, and which one is getting preferred. And then we'll see the classification of auditory display. These are the things you will see in the next lecture, and thereafter we will see the second design, that is design of control, how to design those control and control panels. And then control panels we will see in that the control panels में क्या क्या चीजें हमको देखनी चाहिए, कैसे कैसे क्या करना पड़ता है, कितने तरह के कंट्रोल्स होते हैं, ये सारी चीजें हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में देखेंगे. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now.